In this quick video, I'm gonna give you why he's always choosing her instead of you. And stick around till the end, because the last reason is something you've probably never thought about before, but it's definitely the most important. So let's jump right into it. Reason number 1. You're not giving him any clear signs. Guys need clear signs. So if you're so nervous around him that anytime you get around him, you're not making eye contact with him, not making conversation, looking away, hiding behind your friends, he is not going to even know that you're interested, especially if you're sitting there on your phone. You wouldn't believe how many girls I see that are interested in a guy, and anytime they're around him, they are scrolling, whatever it is that they're doing. Eye contact is so important. Not just guys, but anyone. That leads into my second reason, not having enough confidence. Now, even if you don't have enough confidence, you can fake it till you make it. The more that you practice being confident, even before you're confident, that is exactly what's gonna push you closer and closer to being confident. Honestly, you might think that, oh, I'm not pretty enough, when in reality, this honestly has so much less to do with it than confidence. To be perfectly honest, I think my boyfriend is out of my league. In fact, I know he is, but that's okay. I got him, and the reason I got him is because I was so confident. I went into our first date, even though I did feel nervous, I did not let that affect me, and he did not feel that coming from me. I was able to fake that kind of confidence into reality and get the guy. Now, this next thing is something I really want to talk about, because you would be amazed how many girls I see with this problem specifically, especially on shows I watch. These women who go on dates with guys and their flirt game is weak. If your flirt game is weak, a guy is not going to be interested in you just because you're not going to be very fun to be around. What I mean by flirt game is weak is you come off cold. You seem unhappy, you have RBF. If a guy is not having fun with you, he's not going to want to date you, because that is a picture of what he's going to receive in the future in his mind. And so if he's not having fun right off the bat, why is he going to ask you out? So this is so important, and I'm not going to go too far into flirt game specifically on this video, but if you're interested, I will link to another video where I dive really deep specifically into flirting and make sure that you get the right guys, because you don't want to get every guy, trust me. So now going into my fourth reason, those girls and your guy have shared experiences. And that is something that you can make an effort into controlling. What I mean by shared experiences are, she's asking him for a ride home. Now they're sharing that car ride together. That is a very intimate experience compared to being at school together or being at work together. So there's things like that you can do to very easily, without pressure, create shared experiences and get that person feeling more comfortable with you and feeling like they have more intimacy with you. Funny story, one of my best friends growing up, she actually did this to me in a friend way when we were in high school. She was 2 grades below me, and for some reason, she thought I was really cool. I never understood that, but she heard that I was getting a car when I was getting my license, and so she created a scenario where she needed a ride to school. So on my way to school, it was not that difficult for me to pick her up, and literally, no lie, just with those 60 seconds, we became best friends within a very short amount of time. Just sharing that kind of experience together that is different than just seeing each other in the hallway or around at lunch or at work. So that's something that's really simple and easy that you can do and put no pressure on it, because this is not the same as having to ask someone on a date or let's go get coffee. So that topic actually takes me into my fifth reason. The other girl and him have a stronger emotional connection. And what I mean by that is, really ask yourself, are you guys only talking about surface level topics whenever you're around each other? So are you only talking about what's happening that day, what's happening in the last 5 minutes, things that are very basic level? You're not diving deep with them, you're not trying to dive deep with them, but him and the other girl might share more of an emotional connection, and that really can make a difference. So you can do this pretty easily. You're still having fun with him, but maybe occasionally you throw in something that takes the conversation in a more vulnerable direction, and you can start off with doing it first so that he feels more comfortable right off the bat. You guys are talking about what you're doing this weekend, and you say, I want to make sure that I go and visit my grandparents' grave. My grandfather passed away recently. He really meant a lot to me, or something like that. Be real, be genuine. I'm not telling you to lie. I'm asking you to think about specific situations in your life that you can be vulnerable about. Dive into a deeper topic with him so that you can create more of an emotional connection with him, and he can feel more bonded with you in that way, instead of only talking about surface level things all the time and never talking about anything real. Now I have 2 reasons left, and they're very important, both of them, but I just want to say, if you're still watching at this point, make sure you like and subscribe, especially if you really like understanding how to influence those around you just by understanding psychology. This channel is going to get really big, so if you leave a comment now, you can actually be able to say that you followed this channel before it got big, before it exploded. So leave a comment below, questions that you guys have about specific scenarios in your life, and I will make sure to respond to those. So let's get into number 6, novelty. Okay, guys crave differences. So if you are always reliably texting him, always reliably responding to him exactly the same 100% of the time, you're always as happy as possible to see him and as excited as possible when he asks you to go somewhere or for anything or to borrow a pen. Actually, it can get a little bit boring for guys, so you want to kind of switch it up a little bit. You want to do this in a genuine way. I'm not telling you to play games, but us as humans, we are not always perfect in the exact same mood all of the time. So if you are always exactly the same every single time you see him and your mood is the same, you're exactly just as happy as you always are, it's gonna become almost not genuine to be like that. So if you really are gonna be real and be yourself, then you're not always gonna be 100% up here the exact same. So if you are really excited majority of the time that you see him, which is great, then be like that. But of course, there's going to be times where something's going on in your life, you have a headache that day, whatever it is, just be real with how you are acting around him and make sure that you are aware of if you are always trying to be perfect around him. Okay, lastly, we have made it to number 7, which I think personally is the most important thing that you definitely need to always keep in mind when we're talking about a guy that is always choosing the other girl. Are you and him even compatible? This is so incredibly important. I cannot stress this enough because I see so many girls that really want a guy to like them, and they're so focused on, why doesn't he like me? I want him to like me really bad. I don't understand. How can I make him like me? And you can do all of these things and be genuine, be yourself, give him clear signs that you're interested, and all of that is great, but you need to really think about beforehand if you and this guy are even compatible. If you don't have a clear understanding of who you are and you're not paying attention to what he is like, you might be really focused on the wrong thing right now. And let's say you do all of these things, you get him to like you, and now you guys are dating, and guess what? You find out that you and him are really not compatible. Now you've wasted all of this time, all of this effort, and you could be focused on other things more important, or taking time away from the person that you're actually supposed to be with by wasting it with this other guy. So really make sure that you want to be with this guy specifically. What does he have to offer you? I don't want to dive too much into how to tell if you and the guy are compatible in the best way too much in this video, but I will link my other video where I dive really deep into compatibility specifically. So if you're interested, I will link that below. Thank you guys for watching, and just remember, being chosen by someone else does not define your self-worth. It's most important to focus on your own well-being and happiness rather than fixating on why or why not that someone else might be interested in you. But are you interested in you?